the modeler for a while. Next thing we're going to want to do is start up our GUI Studio MDL. Make sure everything is okay. If it tells you that there's no configuration, go to Configure and set Episode 1 Tools Path. Then navigate to your Steam directory. Then Steam Apps. Your username. And then look for Source SDK, bin, Episode 1, bin. And then click OK. Now you can see all the different games here you have installed inside that folder of Episode 1. And if you were doing a game for the orange box, just go to set episode orange box stuff, you know. And now we're done setting that up. You can go ahead and exit it out. And now we have to set up our QCs. This is pretty basic junk. You just have to change all the stuff that says, for example, whatever you find mine and it is downloaded to, for example, mine is right now monster, because that's the last thing I compiled. I'm going to change monster with dash, and just hit replace all. And notice how it'll change all these names without me having to go through it individually. And since my material is wood, I'll just click save, and we're going to rename it to the same thing as our model. Okay. Now we're going to put all of our SMD files and that file inside of our Steam Apps directory, and then I'll show you where else to go once we get there. And we go into Source SDK content, Half-Life 2 MP, because that's the game I'm making it for, and the model SRC. Make sure you make a folder called Noasis here, and then drop your SMD files, your barstool, or not barstool, but your QC files in here. So I'm going to drop my QC, and then I'm going to find my SMD. Alright, now making sure that we have Steam open, which I do, we can open up our GUI Studio MDL, configure your game, and then click Load QC. Mine is going to be named dash, and then once you have your QC loaded, just go ahead and click Compile. See how fast I completed? Once that's finished, we'll be able to view our complete model. Alright, now that our model's done, let's go check it out. Alright, once the model viewer is open, we can load our model. It'll be under the Noasis folder. As you can see, I have a lot of different models in here, so just go down and then find our dash.mdl. As you can see, it compiled into the engine just fine. We have a nice little coffee table model. But you'll notice there's no texture. So what we're going to do is we're going to go make our texture work right now. So what we need to do is go back to the material SRC folder inside the Source SDK content for whatever game, and then drag your TGA in here. As you can see, mine's right there. So what you're going to want to do is go to My Computer, local disk drive D, or whatever drive you're using, your Steam folder, Steam Apps, your username, the Source SDK, bin, Episode 1, bin. In here, you'll see a file called vmex, or not, well, let me see what it is. It's called vtex, and this is the file we're going to be dragging our texture into. So just go ahead and do that right now. It's going to do everything, making the file and junk, and once it's done, it'll ask you just to hit any key to continue. And just do that, wait for it. Now that we dragged it in there, we're going to have to make our VMT file. Rename it whatever your model is. Sorry. And open it up. There's only one thing we're going to have to change in here, so just rename that to the model name and click Save. Open up your computer, your drive, Steam Apps, your username, and then go into whatever game you're doing it for, and then go into Materials, Models, Noasis, and drag the VMT in there. Now we'll be able to view our model with a texture. load the model. As you can see, we had a bit of a mix-up there. My Source SDK saved it in the wrong game folder, the texture, so we're just going to have to go back and copy that into the right game folder materials. Since mine's Half-Life 2 Deathmatch, we're going to put it right in the materials folder. And now we'll be able to view our model with the texture. And as you can see, the texture is perfectly applied to the model, just like it was inside the model viewer and creator. And you can now put it in a level, which I'll be discussing more later. Thanks for watching.